Hi, this is Miss Key, and I am going to be reviewing Ready to Love, Season 5, Episode 4, Party Crashers. Let's get started. So, the episode starts out with the guys meeting up in the gentleman's lounge, and Tommy makes the announcement that there will be two new singles this week, one guy and one girl again. And the first date that we see is Wiley, the younger guy, and Tina, who is 31 years old and she's an esthetician and she's also a mother. They seem to vibe very well. She was a pretty girl. Not sure what's up with the light color context this season on Ready to Love. No hate, just notice. And then there was Precious going out with Donovan. He was kind of cute, I thought. But then on their date, Precious was really being kind of forward, I thought. And she was telling him that she's been celibate and all this stuff. I think that a lot of the singles this season, they've been kind of talking a lot about the sexual side. I'm like, Precious, she was just acting like she was in heat. I'm like, girl, calm down. But anyway, um, then they talked about sex before marriage, and I forgot his name already. Donovan, he said, he wants to test drive the car before he gets married, and blah blah blah. But he really wasn't trying. He really wasn't feeling her. I think she was just being a little too extra. And then next we saw Laverne go out with Joy. They went to a pottery class, and it seemed like they were having a good time. They were doing their little flirtation back and forth, but they also had kind of some serious conversation going on too. He did ask her, what she's looking for, and she said she's looking for unconditional love, um, somebody that's has an honest love, and then someone who's fun and someone that will be her best friend. Laverne said that she asked Laverne, what are some things that other people might not know about him. And he said that sometimes he can be nonchalant, and then sometimes, not sometimes, but he's learning to let go of some things. Um, and then while they were doing the pottery, they did their little flirtation, and then there was like more sexual talk. She was talking about doing the pottery was sexual, and I was just like, I'm not sure. These people this season, they are really, with the sexy talk and like, have y'all been in quarantine too long? Like, y'all are really acting like little thirst buckets. But anywho, um, oh, and then Joy, she got some of the clay on Laverne's back. Really throws me off that his name is Laverne. But anyway, she got some clay on his back, and I was like, Dad, girl, you almost killed the one guy last week. Now you getting clay all over the clothes. But he took it lightly, and then they started, playing around and putting clay all over each other. So then next we see AP going on a date with Demetrius. Um, and then he asks her, has she connected with anybody? And she was pretty slow to answer, so that pretty much was the answer. She says she wants to connect and vibe with people. She just hasn't. Um, Demetrius was wanting to know if she had a softer side and if she was affectionate. And she said that that's one of her love languages. She did tell him about, losing her husband and that she's not open, to being vulnerable and being all like that with just anybody, which is understandable. But Demetrius said that he felt like their connection was, they had a connection, but it was not on a romantic level. Um, so then, fast forward, we go to the beach house. It was really a nice beach house. And then the guys were kind of talking. Then Tommy shows up, and I really don't know what he was doing. It was some type of dance. I don't know if he was strolling, I don't know what that was, but he always has to make an entrance. And then when he called the ladies in, then the guys, they were just drooling at the mouth and talking about they saw the curves and the this and the that. Again, I think these people are definitely in heat. Um, so then they show P.O. talking to the newest young lady. I forgot her name already. What's her name? Let me see. Gotta look at my notes. Uh, Tina. So then he was talking with Tina. Now, P.O. is like 48 years old. Tina is, I believe she's 31. But Tina says she's used to dating older guys. So P.O. was feeling her. He felt like, he was attracted to her. Um, he said usually the younger the women are, for him, the more trouble they are. But he felt like she had some maturity going on. So he felt like it was a connection. Me personally, I really didn't see it. But I guess we'll find out. And then Tania, I think that's her name. She was talking to the chef, and I totally forgot his name. I got to get that straight. But anyway, the chef, they were talking in the kitchen. They seemed to have a strong connection. They were vibing and flirting in the kitchen, and he was cooking and all that. Then here comes Carmen. I call her Blue Eyes because she had her little contacts in a few weeks ago, and then she had the nerves to be making a comment about the other ladies and their hair. I'm like, girl, please, with them fake contacts, and you got nerves to be talking about somebody's hair? Okay. But anyway, she come barging in and, pretty much interrupting their vibe. So then Tania, she just says, oh, well, I'll see you later. And then Carmen, she's, flirting with the chef. And they said that they actually have been knowing each other for years, but they've been just kind of not really hooking up, but they have an attraction towards each other. But she made her little entrance. I don't really think he's feeling her as much as he's feeling Tania. So then we see Tori and Ace. They're sitting in the hammocks, and he's doing some impromptu poetry for her. And I was just like, okay, Tori. I do like his dreadlocks. Not so much with the poetry, but Ace seemed to enjoy it. So they were having a little moment. Then Tori gave Sabrina uh, some cupcakes. He pulled her to the side and they had a little moment. I thought that was nice that he gave her the cupcakes. That definitely would work for me because I like the food. So, but I thought that was really nice. She thought that was nice. She said that that was the first time someone has given her something since being on the show. So it impressed her. Food would definitely impress me. But then we see AP. I'm sorry, AP is talking with, oh gosh, I think she was talking with the chef, I believe. And she was telling him about her husband, and she was talking about, she's done the work and this and that. And I felt like she was kind of being like a downer. I don't know if that was editing or what, but it just kind of seems like she's really not ready to get out there just yet. She's saying she did the work, but I mean, not saying that she has to like anybody there, but she told one guy last week that he reminded her of her brother. And then she told somebody else they reminded her of somebody. I just don't think she's feeling anybody there. If she is ready, I just don't think she's feeling any of the guys there. Then they show Precious. She's still acting like she's in heat. She's talking with Demetrius about his pecs, and you know then it's just something weird went on with the video. I don't know if it was editing. Then all of a sudden they were walking, and then they stopped, and she was like, I was just playing. And I'm not really sure what was she just playing about. Was she just playing about his pecs? I don't know. It just seemed like it was a little choppy there. um but then he was asking her about, her being so forward and everything like that. And she says she likes being outgoing. It helps her to fill out people's vibe. So um, Demetrius was saying that he needs more, than just going out, getting drinks. And he's not sure if, that's what she's about. So anyway, um, Then we move forward to Demetrius and Sabrina. So they go to the side, sitting on some rocks. And then he actually tells Sabrina that he wants to pursue her. He didn't have the cupcakes, but he did let her know he wanted to pursue her. And she said that it was the first time that he actually showed interest in her without her coming to him. So he kind of stepped his game up with Sabrina. So we'll see. But it seemed like Sabrina was really, appreciating the cupcakes from the other guy. And then we see Laverne. All the ladies are kind of piled up, and then they're talking about how Laverne, he's just kind of sitting and, not really interacting with anybody. And they're like, hey, what's up with that? And it kind of is funny because in the beginning, I think Laverne has just been kind of sitting in the corners and just allowing the ladies to come to him and not really putting much effort in. And they weren't really, flocking to him today. And I guess he was just waiting on them. But he was talking with Demetrius, and Demetrius was like, hey, man, it's not the same old Laverne. And he was like, no, I'm just taking in the scenery and this, and that. Well, he definitely wasn't taking in any conversation or anything like that. So not sure what that was about. I think he was just waiting on the ladies to still be flocking to him. He seemed a little self-centered. He looks good, but um, I don't know. I'm not really with Laverne, and his name just throws me off. I'm like, you got a nickname? Anyway, um, yeah, I'm looking at my notes. They just, mingling, with their little sexy talk. Like I said, they all acting like they in heat. So then Tommy comes in, he, pulls some men away, and, it's time for them to go and make their decision. So I'm just thinking in my head, who do I think needs to go home? I think AP needs to go. I really don't think she's really feeling anybody there. One guy, she feel like he look like her brother, and I just don't think she's ready to be there. If she's ready, I just don't think these are the guys for her. I also think Carmen needs to go, but apparently her and Clifton have a connection. I haven't seen that yet, but I think really, even though it's not the men's week to go home, I think that Laverne really needs to go. He's just waiting for all the women to flock to him. And then I think actually PO needs to go. I actually think PO is a decent looking guy. He definitely got some character flaws he need to work on. Like last week he went off about, he knew he was up for elimination. Then he started going off on the girl and talking about, well, it's y'all, it's not me. If y'all can't handle what I'm bringing to the table. I'm like, dude, calm down. She wasn't even going to eliminate you. But hopefully he'll see some of his character flaws and all that PO and all that stuff. He really need to tone that down. Because I was really surprised last week when he was talking with Sabrina, to kind of find out, how driven that he was. I thought that was impressive, knowing about his work ethic and, how he feels about, taking care of his business. I think that was way more impressive than talking about he PO and all that stuff. But anyway, so they come back and the guys they're in their, little area, and Tommy asks them who are they feeling. So Wiley says he's feeling the new girl Christina. She's closer to his age, and he was really impressed with, how she looked and how they vibed, and he, gave Tommy his props for hooking him up. I thought that they did have a nice date, and they seemed like a better match than Christina and Pio would be. Pio also said Christina. Um, she's definitely brand new, so he hasn't had a chance to offend her yet. But I just really don't see that. The chef, and I forgot his name, so I'm just gonna call him the chef. He said that he had an instant connection with Takia. I think that's her name, and I think that they seem like they have a strong connection too. They had a good first date last week, and I would be interested to seeing more of what they find out about each other. Um, the new guy, I believe his name is Donovan. Yeah, he said that he also liked Takia as well. Demetrius, he said he likes Sabrina. Corey, he said he likes Sabrina. Clifton, he said he likes Carmen. I was like, okay, where did that come from? But maybe I missed something. Maybe I need to rewind my DVR because I really didn't see them go on a date. I might have missed something. I might have left the room. But he said he likes Carmen. I need some more footage of that. And then of course he likes Joy. I think really that's his stronger connection. So then Laverne said he likes Ace. I haven't seen them go on a date. I just remember him in the gentleman's lounge a couple of weeks ago talking about Ace was all these prominent women, Michelle, Oprah, and Maya Angelou, all rolled into one. I'm just like, okay, well, you gonna take her on a date if you think she all that? Um, and then he also likes Joy. Him and Joy are just flirty with each other. I don't really see that being serious, but their pottery date, that was cute. So we'll see. So then Tommy asks them, who are they not feeling? And, Clifton and the new guy, they say they're not really feeling Precious. Precious, she just been, kind of team too much this week. So they really weren't feeling her. P.O. says he wasn't feeling Sabrina. The reason why he wasn't feeling Sabrina because Sabrina wasn't feeling him. Sabrina said, she looks at him as her mentor. Yeah, there was no attraction there. So anyway, Laverne says he's not feeling Sabrina or Takia. I think he's just not feeling them because they not giving him no play. And then Clifton and the chef, they say that they're not feeling AP. So then they go to Tommy lets them know that, hey, one of you all need to break it to the ladies, and I'm not gonna be the one. So then Demetrius ends up delivering the news to the ladies, but then they decide to make it a cliffhanger, and I hate cliffhangers, but this is what they decide to do, and I was like, really? That's what we're doing this week? So we have to wait till next week to find out who gets cut, and I'll be looking forward to that. So that was, my review of Ready to Love. Again, this is season 5, episode 4. I thought it was a good episode. I definitely think this season of Ready to Love is way better than last season. I think it seems like these people are really looking to find a connection, whereas the other people, last time, I'm not really sure what they were there to do. I don't think that they were there for love, but we'll see. But anyway, this is Miss Key, and that was my review of Ready to Love. See you next time.